reasonable right now. We need fire. Get some fire in your bellies, you goddamn liberals. We asked 2 political strategists to review midterm ads. Tim Ryan, hey, first one, let's go.
Some people think that they have to agree with their politicians 100% of the time. And I asked these people, are any of you married? I love you so much.
I love you too.
Gross.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
But if we have 10 conversations in one day,
And we agree on 7.
we crack a bottle of wine.
Yes, we do.
The same goes for
This is garbage. This is the most fucking garbage ad I've ever seen. This is the problem, man. Fuck this. Come on. I shouldn't have expected anything more.
the country. We have to stop the stupid fights
Find some common ground.
and be Americans first.
Now that I can agree with.
I'm going to die. I'm going to vomit up my own lungs and die. This is disgusting. Now that I can agree with. Oh God, I'm going to fucking die. Now that I can agree. We don't agree on everything. Sometimes I go out with the girls and get a little feisty. You know what I mean? They look like they would pull a gun on protesters walking down the street. They do. Why are you shilling yourself like this? It's the worst look. Listen, if you want to win right now in today's America, you've got to be aggressive. You've got to put on your fucking big boy pants and go out there and say, they want you dead. They want you to not have rights. Do you understand that, you fucking dipshit? Vote for me or die. Like, straight up. And not because we'll be the cause of that death, because they will. Like, that's the gravity of this. He did so well in the debate, too. And that's another disappointing thing. Like, still a liberal, right? Still a liberal. Pointers to be had in the debate, but absolutely blew JD Vance out of the water. Just disappointing.
I'm Tim Ryan, and I approve this message.
They're trying so hard to appeal to like the suburban moms, right? Like, this is a suburban mom, I'm sorry. Any suburban mom and suburban grandma who's voting Democrat and sees this ad is still going to vote Democrat. And any conservative, any like centrist, like, look at this house behind them. What the fuck, man? This is so disconnected. This is horribly disconnected. Awful. I think we can get along. I want to hang you and light your corpse on fire. Haha, you scamp, you. Yeah, exactly. You scamp. Oh, you. Looks at Fetterman and Oz. I know, dude. Fetterman's doing so good, and we'll probably get to that. Analysis by Democratic strategist Joel Payne. I think one of the reasons it works is because he is appealing not just to his base, but he's appealing to voters in the middle, to independents. And I think this ad is a great example of that. Fire him. Fire him. This is not a base turnout ad. It is an advertisement to say, hey, if you're someone who doesn't agree with me, it's safe to support me. Even when we disagree, we can do it without being disagreeable. He's using his family to demonstrate a very common disagreement you might have around the home. It's a really effective spot because I think for a lot of voters who may not know who Tim Ryan is, I think it portrays him in a positive, reasonable... We don't need reasonable right now! We need fire! Get some fucking fire in your bellies, you goddamn liberals! Fuck! This is why I hate liberals. This is disgusting. It's appalling. So disconnected is this that I could scream, okay? If this seems over the top, that's because it is a little bit. But please understand that this tone is a result of like years of frustration with these fucking liberals. And we're appealing to our centrist base. No! No! Stop! Passionately fighting fascism is reasonable as fuck. The reasonable tone to take right now is not this shit. I'm sorry. It's not this shit. It's not. It's not. Republicans will always be better at than Democrats at advertising, okay? At selling themselves. To go back to the shit cake. If you're going to serve me a shit cake, at least make sure it looks good so that when I bite into it, I'm not expecting it. And that is exactly what the Republicans do. Why would you serve me a cake that tastes decent, not the best, but decent, And then you put the worst decoration on it. It's a glooping pile of steaming shit that it looks like. Doesn't taste bad. Doesn't taste bad. I'm eating it because I know that it tastes good. But anybody who does not know what this cake tastes like is not going to bite into it. Why would you? Why would you? No. Terrible. Reasonable at this point in history just means how can I make money from the most number of people possible? Basically, yeah. Crudite's the recipe that started Oz's downward spiral. Oh, okay. Being sarcastic about say, okay, I got it. The Dems can't fix this economy. Of course they can't. But the point is to get more leftists in. That's why we have John Fetterman. And, you know, I don't agree with John Fetterman on everything, but god damn, dude, he is far and away better than this motherfucker. Speaking of which, good segue. Let's go.
I've been thinking a lot about family in the next generation. Today's kids aren't safe in our communities. Inflation's making it harder to buy a house, to start a family. Guys like
okay, already doing better.
John Fetterman take everything to the extreme. Why are we letting murderers out? Why is the solution always tax and spend? Extremism on both sides makes things worse.
You lost him there. See, he's appealing to centrists too. You can't do this shit. He's being more of a liberal than John Fetterman is. You can't do this. No, when you're running on the conservative ticket, the goal is that you have to go as far right as possible without outwardly saying it. Once you say both sides to a conservative, it's over. Like there are some that like will see that and be like, oh yeah, no, you're reasonable, but like they're centrists. They were already voting for you, dude. Let's be honest with ourselves. You need to appeal to your hogs, you know? John Fetterman might pull some of the hogs over. I'm just saying. Like he's a people's man. Cringe, but he's better at marketing than Tim Ryan. This is better than Tim Ryan, leaps and bounds better.
Makes things worse.
I'm nitpicking, really.
Less extremism in Washington. I'm running for Senate to improve people's lives. That's what doctors do. I'm Dr. Oz. I approve this message.
I don't think he's a real medical doctor, is he? Oz is a former heart surgeon? Okay, well then never mind. I thought that he was like a Jordan Peterson, like quote unquote doctor, you know what I mean? All right, analysis by Republican strategists. The thinking by the Oz campaign is that crime is through the roof in parts of Pennsylvania, specifically in the Philly suburbs, and people are concerned about who is going to represent them and really be tough on crime. And Oz is accurately depicting John Fetterman. Hello, thank you so much for the follow, conservative immigrant. That should be fun. His Democratic opponent on record on the parole board at letting off convicted murderers, and it's a valid and accurate contrast on how they will handle crime. I mean, that's not wrong, but I do agree that if your focus is on rehabilitation of murderers and they have been shown to be rehabilitated, it's probably not for the best to keep them in for longer. Typically, murderers are not like serial murderers. They're not somebody who's going to kill again. Typically, you know, it's a one-off because it's somebody that you knew. It's somebody that you had personal ties with, and it's not something that you're likely to do again, unless you're like a serial killer. If you're a psychopath, then yeah, you probably will. But, you know, that's a whole other can of worms. He's like JP in that he's also not qualified to talk about the things he does. That's true. I've noticed that a lot of doctors, like, who's that other fucking psychiatrist or whatever? I think he was also a brain surgeon. I can't remember his name. Conservative. I can't remember. I think he ran in 2012. Prison is literally designed to foster recidivism. Yeah, no, it is, for sure. He also touches on reducing taxes and the economic issues that are really impacting people across the state of Pennsylvania. I'm sorry, but like, it's not taxes, bro. It's being able to afford groceries, which he also does touch on, to be fair, but he didn't say how he's going to fix it. He just said he's definitely going to. Wink. So he was not only just talking policy points and what Oz plans to do, he was able to point to specifics in Fetterman's record that he views as the direction that people of Pennsylvania don't want to go in. And I think it's an extremely impactful closing ad as we get to the end of the election cycle. And based on what the polling numbers show, crime and the economy are our top issues for people in Pennsylvania. I'm going to rate, here, hold on. So I'm rating that one a 2 out of 10. I'm not giving it lower than 2 because I'm feeling generous. That's pretty much it. Unironically kind of charming. No! Stop! They're infecting you with their liberal brain poison. No! This is not a campaign ad. This is not stress the proper tone. Did you ever see Bill Lee ad from 2018? No, I did not. We can take a look at it real quick as long as, it's an ad, so it's probably short. We also watched the Dr. Oz ad. So we'll take a look at that again.
I've been thinking a lot about family in the next generation. Today's kids aren't safe in our communities. Inflation.
Hold on. What is this? No, I'm not doing that. You have to like set that shit up.
Is making it harder to buy a house, to start a family. Guys like John Fetterman take everything to the extreme. Why are we letting murderers out? Why is the solution always tax and spend? Extremism on both sides makes things worse. We need balance, less extremism in Washington. I'm running for Senate to improve people's lives. That's what doctors do. I'm Dr. Oz. I approve this message.
So I was in the middle of rating this one. Better than Tim Ryan's. I am doing an objective rating scale, by the way. I don't care that I fucking hate Dr. Oz and his guts. I am doing this based on how good I think the ad is and how likely people are to vote for him because of it. Tim Ryan did a shit job. Terrible overall. I went over it already, like I said, but look at his fucking house behind him. Why? I don't care if your fucking house is that big. Don't show it. No. So disconnected. The whole thing is like a fucking sitcom. And I think that's the point. But like, again, wrong tone to be stressing. Terrible, disconnected, disjointed, awful. Then we have Mehmet Oz, Dr. Oz himself. Now, this right here is the nail in the coffin for the, well, I don't want to say that. It's not a terrible ad. We'll give it a 5 out of 10. It's mid. 5 out of 10. I think that it does a better job of striving the proper tone. I think it hits the right points, right? Like you need to be talking about groceries and shit, economics, things that people care about. The only thing that I think he did wrong was saying extremism on both sides. I think that that's the fatal flaw that he made. And the reason being, like I said already to my viewers who are already here, is he needs to go full hog. He needs to go full hog. Otherwise, he's not going to win. Like he needs to, you'd give it a 3. I'm feeling generous. I'd go as low as 4, but like 5 is fair, I think. It's a very mid ad. Like it doesn't stick out to me either way. Tim Ryan's was a big, giant, steaming pile of shit. Darling Sierra, you may in fact link an ad. That is fine. Oz gets the extra points because he knows how to play for an audience, but I do not think he should be any kind of leadership role. No, hell no. This, again, I must stress, this does not mean that Dr. Oz is better than Tim Ryan, okay? This simply means the ad was better. Here, let's make this perfectly clear. There. Now I won't get canceled. Campaign ad ratings. Better meaning effective, not moral. Yes, exactly. Yes, he sucks. So we already read the analysis by the strategist. Wait, is that it? Those are the only 2? Come on. Give me some more. Here, we'll search him. Grassley ad presents 88-year-old as a push-up pro and runner. So who is this guy? Let's make sure we know who these are. He's a senator. Is he a Republican, I guess? I'm guessing. Yeah, he's a Republican. Okay. Republican senator for Iowa. Okay. A state that legends say does exist, but we'll see.
Chuck Grassley's a farmer, push-up pro, runner, husband, father, and champion for Iowa. He visits all 99 counties every year. Has the best
I really don't care about his physical accomplishments. I'm sorry.
attendance record in the Senate ever. And if reelected...
Dude, you just got done saying what a Chad he is. Don't turn around and say he has a perfect attendance record. That makes him look like a fucking nerd.
And if reelected, Chuck Grassley...
my perfect attendance record. Yes.
will have the most seniority in the entire Senate. That's priceless for Iowa. It's easier to fight the rising cost of living when you have clout.
I'm Chuck Grassley.
Clout, gotta get that clout, baby. I'm sorry. No, that was bad. I will say this. It was not worse than... It's gonna go between these two. I'm giving that a 3 out of 10. It's fine. It's another mid one, but I think that they did not hit any of the points they needed to hit at all. It's mid. Like, not terrible, not great. 3 out of 10. Makes no sense. Yeah, like, why are you telling me that he does fucking push-ups? I don't care. Also, like, again, I must stress, visits 99 counties every year. Cool. Who has the fucking money to do that? Well, actually, this could, I mean, I don't know. Here's the thing. This could be good. I for a second, I was reading that as states, which there's not 99 states, so I don't know why I thought that. But this could be good, and it could work. The problem is that voters are stupid. Like, they don't care what this means. To them, this just reads as, oh, he travels a lot, okay? Like, that, you're showing wind turbines, which Republicans are very allergic to, and their eyes will begin to bleed, and they will actually throw up their intestines if they see this, so you've already lost a substantial portion of your base there. So, we don't care about his physical, like, fitness accomplishments. We get it, like, he's an old dude who's, like, can still do push-ups and shit. I think, it can help. Hold on. let me backtrack a little bit. It can help to know that he is physically capable, because the big thing these days is like Joe Biden's brain is going, and John Fetterman had a stroke and he's not physically capable. So like, I get that, but you're stressing it a little too much. You know what I mean? It's not a big talking point. That, and also being a mid ad, gives him 1 point above Ryan. Saying that he's 88, that he has the best attendance record, and that he has the most seniority are all failures. They're all failing talking points. All failing talking points. Because nobody wants an old ass motherfucker in office. I'm sorry. The days of the geriocracy are over. Like, we don't want that. You need a nice, young, spry political candidate. Nobody wants a fucking 88-year-old anymore. They just don't. Unless they themselves are 88, which, you know, he'll be dead by the time the election happens anyway. So does it really matter? So basically, yeah, it's just a failed ad. I don't like it. Cloud goblins. Bing.com/videos/search. What the fuck is this? Okay, Mary Peltola. And she's running for Alaska? Okay. A representative. Okay. So a congresswoman. She's running for congresswoman in Alaska. Okay.
I'm Mary Peltola, and I'm running for Don Young's seat in Congress. This race is about so much more than just filling a seat. This is about carrying on Don Young's legacy. I'd always known how long he'd been serving us in Congress. It was my age +1. My parents campaigned for Don Young when my mom was pregnant with me.
Don Young. We don't fucking care about Don Young right now. Your face is on the screen, dude.
Don used to joke that I was his youngest volunteer. I followed Don's lead during my 10 years in the State House, and I'm running for Congress to carry on this legacy.
Like Don old.
I'm Mary Peltola,
true.
and I approve this message.
It's very true. That was bad. That was pretty bad. So that one was a 2 out of 10, but we're not rating her on the worst one. We're rating her on the better one. So let's take a look at her other one. I'm still putting him above Tim Ryan, because Tim Ryan's was just cringe as fuck. Play, please.
Dry fish and pilot bread. That's how I got other legislators in the room.
Okay, we're already off to a cringe start.
When I was rebuilding the bipartisan Bush caucus. I'm Mary Peltola.
Bipartisan is an L.
And together, we tackled energy issues to bring down the cost of living. Now I lead the Kuskokwim River Intertribal Fish Commission, a coalition of 33 tribes working to protect Alaska fisheries.
I don't know much about Alaska, but if you're trying to win the Republican vote, I don't know how important the Alaskan tribes are to that vote. Like, do they vote Republican? Does anyone know? Because how good this ad is very dependent on that. Like, if they're a reasonable base to appeal to as a Republican, they're very red. Okay, well then that gives it points. That gives it points. She talks about herself in this one. This one is better. I would give this one a solid 4. 33
tribes working to protect Alaska fisheries. I approve this message because I know how to work together to get things done.
Solid 4. We'll give her a 4 for that one. It was mid, bit cringe, only because it was not aggressive. Aggression is a very big factor for me. Personally, like I said, I don't know Alaska that well, but for me personally, I'm looking for aggro because that's kind of what's going to win elections this time. Not finding ads yet for 2022. I mean, that's what we're looking at right now. No one in Alaska likes Palin. She's a fucking hack. Didn't she lose the primaries? I mean, she lost the primaries to Mary Peltola, right? Whoever sent this, speak up. I don't know who it is before we watch. Whatever. We'll figure it out as a team.
There's a new threat in this great land.
Eamon Bundy in Idaho? There's a fucking Idaho commercial? Where the fuck even is Idaho? What the fuck? Okay, let's restart. We gotta get the full screen on this. Woke cult!
There's a new threat in this great land, and it's come to Idaho.
Okay, right off the bat, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. It can only go down from here.
It can take on many forms and names, but we know it as...
What?
With feverish...
What?
They work to destroy our sacred values.
Whoa!
Beliefs, and what is most precious to us.
The crying baby in the background?
There's
Holy
only
shit.
one way to fight this evil. Find them and chase them out.
Ah, you lost me. 1 point off for not offing them. I really was hoping this would turn into an action movie scene. What, are you gonna fan the fucking flames and make them go away? Yeah, okay, dude. 1 point off.
For now,
He did it. He saved it. Guys, America's saved.
but they're still lurking in the darkness. And this battle,
Ah, you rapscallions, you little rascals. You little rascals. Look at them.
they're still lurking in the darkness.
Ah, you rascals, you.
And this battle has just begun.
That was great. That was great. Solid, at least 8, right? At least 8 out of 10. Listen. I know that it seems crazy, but if you are trying to win conservatives and try to get them to the polls, this is what you have to do. They know their base. They're so fucking crazy anymore that this is the only thing that appeals to them anymore. You have to, right? And it's cool. I'm sorry, it's kind of cool. 8 out of 10. We're giving this an 8 out of 10. On the real? Yeah. That's the shit right there, buddy. I will say one note, and this will not impact the score, but these guys do look kind of cool. They look kind of cool. And that is 1 point off for that. But 8 out of 10 still. Who's this? Team Reynolds Greg. I think is it Reynolds? Wait, Kim Reynolds, governor of Iowa. Signs most historic tax reform bill in Iowa history. Tangled in contradictions and fabrications. Des Moines Register deems Kim Reynolds' ads dehumanizing, racist, and indefensible. Well, now I have to see it. Is this the ad we have pulled up? I think it is. It is. It is. Ooh, buddy. Let's go.
And defunding the police has to happen.
Watching the news, you wonder, has the rest of the country lost its mind?
Uh-oh.
Attacks on police, open borders, paying people not to work.
From work to welfare.
Aren't you glad you live in Iowa?
Governor Kim Reynolds.
Here we still have common sense.
Oh, dude. It plays like it's from fucking The Boys. You know the commercials on The Boys? Where it's like a very blatant parody of like what it actually is supposed to be representing, you know? Like the speed guy. Like did the commercial with the energy drink or whatever, and it was like supposed to be like a big like a Black Lives Matter parallel because he's like, I'm out here making a difference, and then it's like they all bust open a can of Coke or whatever the fuck.
Governor Kim Reynolds.
Here we still have common sense. We kept businesses open. And
Oh God, hold on. Businesses open, kids in school, cut taxes, support police.
School. We cut taxes and support our police. Because in Iowa, America still works.
Damn. Honestly, like not even really that good of an ad. Like I was expecting worse, you know? Like if you're going to go fucking mask off like that, like you gotta, what does that even mean? What does what mean? That Iowa still works? They're basically just being racist pieces of shit and saying like black people don't work and they all want their welfare so they can get their low rider. Like that's it. Like they're playing on the welfare queen shit. Very clear example here of Cori Bush, like, you know, a black woman who is saying defund the police. Yeah, I mean, it's all just like racism, right? Like it's just racist dog whistles. But it's like not even good racist dog whistles. Like you gotta fucking play it up, dude. Like the other guy did. This is like bullshit. Like you might pull in a few people, but like it's just not striving the proper tone. It's like very mid. I would give it I'd place it right here. I'd place it 3 out of 10. 3 out of 10. Or you know what? I'd give it a 4 out of 10. I do think that it's like racist enough that people be like, oh yeah. No, that's right. No, that's right. No, she got a point. It's got enough racism to it. 4 out of 10. Only one's really impressed me so far. Obama for John Fetterman. Ooh, that's it. I know on the left, like we have our valid criticisms of Obama, but like that's a really good endorsement because John Fetterman is very lefty, and part of me wants to say that he's a little bit too lefty for like your average liberal, but I think this is a really good endorsement.
In Pennsylvania, you've got some important choices to make this year, including who represents you in the U.S. Senate.
True.
That's why I'm asking you to vote for John Fetterman this election day, November 8th. So when the fate of our democracy and a woman's right to choose are on the line.
U.S. government feeds Biden Viagra to keep him standing. Yeah, because his dick's so fucking massive, and it stretches down to the floor and gives him a third leg to stand on. You're right, buddy. It's true. It's true.
I know John will fight for Pennsylvanians. You can count on John Fetterman. Make sure he can count on you.
Obama.
Vote Democrat on November 8th.
Not exciting, but it is Obama. It is Obama. So, that's a very good endorsement. 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10. I think that's a very good endorsement, especially considering the racist allegations. I think that's why they did it. But also it's fucking Obama. Like, I'm sorry. I would also want to be endorsed by Obama. Say what you will about the drone strike king, but he's a very good voice to, to have speak for you. Watching politics would be a lot more entertaining if they had Viagra-fueled orgies on the Senate floor. That'd be sick. Obama do be talking. Obama. Many people are saying Obama. Many people are saying this. This is true. This is true. Okay. That was a John Fetterman ad. Tina Forte. She's not my forte. Candidate for U.S. representative. Angry protesters crash AOC's town hall in her home. Something. AOC challenger calls out New York City's crime crisis. Blame on defund the police. Puts blame on defund the police. This should be interesting. So is it New York? Tina Forte for Congress, the Bronx. Yep, New York. Okay. So New York Congresswoman, or potential Congresswoman, up against AOC apparently. Regardless of what happens, this is going to be the screen cap for this.
AOC and her radical leftist comrades.
And we're off to a roaring start. A roaring start. We're already at a 7 out of 10.
Defunding our police. AOC wants to slash police budgets for us, but hire private.
The accent is really adding to this, by the way. Here, let me just let it play through. Sorry.
Slash police budgets for us, but hire private security for herself.
Police say this man went on a stabbing spree in the subway.
Even after seeing crime surging here in New York City, AOC continues to support defunding our police, and I'll call it what it is: crazy.
Misdemeanor assaults are also up.
That's right.
A disgusting attack involving human feces on a woman in the Bronx.
AOC is out
They
of
got
touch
the poop on them.
She's more concerned with
Hey,
scoring
what the
political
fuck?
points with radical Marxists than she is with keeping our family safe.
More than 300,000 people.
They pooped on him.
The 5 boroughs.
Hey.
We need more police, not less. We need to end the mandates, end bail reform,
That's
reinstate
right.
qualified immunity, pay police what they deserve, and fire these loony district attorneys who refuse to prosecute criminals. New York City is experiencing higher crime because of liberal, soft on-crime policies. When I'm elected,
Yeah.
I'll end the reign of their terror and protect
I like the
families.
cut of this
Things
lady's
have to
gab.
change, and it starts with firing America's most radical member of Congress, and that's AOC. Join me for a safer New York. Visit
Hey.
Tina40forcongress.com.
Let's go, boys. They got the poop on them. What the fuck? Oh, man. That was good. That was good. Not gonna lie. That was solid. Tina 40. My name's Tina Forte. Is it 40 or Forte? Tina 40. 40. With an R. With an R. Congresswomen don't do shit in state government, though. Congress people. I mean, it doesn't matter. Like, I only kind of learned that when I tried to contact my, like, national congressperson, my federal congressperson, representative, I should say, about a state issue. And they were like, what are you talking about? We don't fucking deal with state issues, you fucking moron. It's their exact words, too. So I kind of learned that the hard way. But most people don't know that or care. But also, I will say this. It is still good to appeal to the people who will be directly voting for you, right? Like, people who are living in the Bronx don't fucking see what's going on. Like, I mean, they do, but like, they're more concerned about what's going on the local level, which most people are, you know? So using those kinds of visuals will pull people in. I will say that that was a good ad. It's pretty fucking good. You know, it's got all the makings of a good ad. I say 7. 7 out of 10. It doesn't quite have the pull that what's his name had. what was it? Idaho. Doesn't quite have the pull that the Idaho guy had, but yeah, I'm walking here. Yeah, but she did have the accent, and she did mention how they got the poop on him. They got the poop on him. They pooped on him. What the fuck? What the fuck? Marxists. These Marxist Nazis. Right? It seemed horrible to me, so I'm sure it's effective with Republicans. Listen, speaking as a former conservative, I can tell you that is a good ad, okay? They are like dim-witted fools, okay? So they like that shit. I think the Obama endorsement, it might deserve 1 extra point. What do you guys think? Like, if we're being fair, I feel like the Obama endorsement deserves 1 extra point. 7 out of 10? I think that's fair, right? I think that the Obama endorsement, like for liberals, equals this for conservatives. You know what I mean? Yeah, we'll up that to 7 out of 10. We'll alter that. That'll bring the liberals out. I feel like John Fetterman scares liberals. So that was a really smart move on their part. That was a really smart move. Because I do think that John Fetterman scares them. Anyway, do we have more? Nick Beguk. How do you pronounce that? Bejish? Bejois? How do you pronounce that? Nicholas Jose Begik Sr. was an American politician who served as a member. Well, that's senior. We need junior. Alaska's independence have something to say to the rest of the country. Congressional candidate Nick Beguk III holds key position at notorious conspiracy theory organization. Ooh, that's a big W for conservatives. I work for Alaska Waste. Hurts that one of our trucks is behind him. Oof. Congressional candidate Nick Beguk III holds key position. We already read that. Blah blah blah. So he is running for congressional. He's running for a congressional district in Alaska. So let's take a look at Nick Beguk.
A lot of waste in government. I don't know if you've noticed, but we just can't seem to stop spending. And the Democrats with Joe Biden, Nancy Pelosi, and now Mary Peltola are finding new ways to spend your money.
So right off the bat, he looks like your everyday kind of man. It's like it's another mid one. It's okay. Like it's not striving that fiery passion that I would expect. It's very mid.
Get government back under control. We got to put it back in its lane, working for the people.
Low budget though.
I'm Nick Begich, candidate for U.S. Congress. As we head into this special election in November, I'd appreciate your first place vote.
Okay, so it's low budget as fuck. It's you're talking over the fucking trash thing in the back. Okay, that's a point off. You look like a normal ass dude. You look relatable. You also kind of look like a white supremacist fascist. So that's a positive for the conservatives. So +1 for that. But overall, this is kind of a dud. Not really feeling it. 2 out of 10. 2 out of 10. I think it would even go below these two and below him. It's not striving that the fire. And it's low, again, it's low budget. Like, no, you lost me. Ooh, this looks good. Super Bowl ad? Wait. Ooh, my pizza's here. Here, I'll let it play while I go grab that. 1 sec.
It's a DC gang!
To be clear, I'm not laughing. I'm not laughing with them. I'm laughing at them. This is great.
Well, if it isn't Big Jim Lemon.
We're tired of being pushed around.
Big Jim Lemon!
And open borders. And gas prices.
This is awesome. I love this one. 10 out of 10.
The good people of Arizona have had enough of you. It's time for a showdown.
That's right. Get him, Lemon. Ooh. That's dangerous. And by dangerous, I mean it's dangerous they would do that for the fucking commercial. What the fuck? Let's get out of here. You go on and get.
I'm Jim Lemon, and I approve this message.
That was awesome, dude. That was so cool. I love that. Wait. Okay. I hesitate to give it a perfect score. Oh, man. Do I give it a perfect score? We'll make 10 out of 10. We can make adjustments later. That was 10 out of 10. That was probably the best one we're going to see all night. That was great. That was great. We gotta get a good screen. Yes, good snapshot of the boy Lemon himself. Absolute perfection. Who is he even running for? What state? Senate and what state? Arizona? Okay, that checks out. That tracks. No, that was great. 10 out of 10. I would watch that like forever on loop. That was amazing. Oh, I remember this one. This one's great. Who is this again? Wait, we gotta know who it is. Republican candidate Linda Paulson, Republican Utah Senator District 12. Yes, yes, yes. Give it to me. Give it to me, Granny. That's right.
Hey, Utah District 12, listen up right here. There's a new name on the ballot for the Senate this year. My name is Linda Paulson, Republican and awesome. Love God and family and the Constitution. I tried to get another conservative to run. Nobody could do it, so I'm getting it done. I'm pro-religious freedom, pro-life, pro-police, the right to bear arms and the right to free speech. I want less government.
The right to free speech!
Stop and expose all political corruption where there's integrity, morality, accountability. Government programs should lead to self-sufficiency and support traditional family as the fundamental unit of society.
Yeah.
But in schools, they're
Get it, Granny.
for new beliefs. And just to clarify this, because there's some who can't define this, as a female adult, I know what a woman is.
Oh! Burned! Mic drop! Oh, mic drop! Oh, get him, Granny! Oh, get him, Granny! Oh, yes! Oh, yes! Oh, yes! Good shit. I literally came. Oh, God. Good shit. Okay, real talk. That's a good picture. Hold on. She's so bigoted. Okay, here's the thing. You would think this would get a low score, right? I want to share a little secret with you guys. That was very much on purpose. That was very much designed from the ground up to be exactly what it was. Okay? That, not a 10. That still did not beat out Mr. Lemon, okay? Sheriff Lemon. But definitely, I would say either an 8 or a 9. I'm going to do a little switcheroo here. I'm going to give this one, because I still think this one was better than that, so I'm going to do a little upgrade for this one. We're going to give this one a 9 out of 10. I don't think that they're quite on par. But the old granny was a good idea. Solid execution, and I'm going to give that an 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. Swalwell, Callie, you guys are feeding me good tonight. Feeding me better than the Papa John himself. It's called Lock Her Up. Eric Swalwell. I've heard of this person. U.S. Representative Eric Swalwell, Democrat for California, voted to pass the Inflation Reduction Act. Oh, okay. So this guy should be based, right? Lock her up? Okay. I know that we've had a lot of memes with the conservatives, but here's I'm very much hoping that these Democratic ads are good. This is not a meme. Garlic butter is good shit. It is very good shit. All right, let's go.
You're weird. He is weird, but cute.
Okay, this could go either direction right now. My hopes are not high. This could go either direction. But it is California.
Mary Anderson?
Yes?
I have a warrant for your arrest.
Arrest?
Ooh! Ooh, this is good! This is good! Ooh!
For what?
Penal Code 243 violation. Unlawful termination of a pregnancy.
You gotta be kidding me.
That is my personal business.
That's for the courts to decide, ma'am. Your medical records have been subpoenaed, and Dr. Landry's already in custody.
No, my God, you can't just.
You will have to submit to a physical examination.
What? By who?
No one's touching
Sir,
me.
get that. Ma'am, turn around. Put your hands behind your back. Now.
Why is this happening?
Holy shit!
Love you, honey bear.
Dude, pop off!
We're just enforcing the law here.
No. That was not a random cut to the infant. That was very calculated and very good.
Elections have consequences. Vote Democrat on November 8th.
Fired.
Stop Republicans
Very good.
from
Very
criminalizing
good.
abortion
That was
everywhere.
excellent. Excellent. This is what every fucking Democratic ad should look like. That's a 10 out of 10. Unironically, beautiful. Like, just flawless. Excellent. This right here is the shit that we need to be doing. This is the tone we need to be striving for, all right? I know we've had a lot of memes tonight, but listen, no. I'm going to justify that this belongs with Mr. Lemon here, okay? Now, you may be wondering, Alec, why would you put both of these on the same 10 out of 10 rating? This one's very, very silly. This one just has a caricature of Nancy Pelosi and some other Democrats, and then he's just wearing a cowboy outfit and shooting at them. Yes, that's what appeals to the hogs. That's all they need is the fucking symbolism. That's why that gets a 10 out of 10. Not only because I enjoyed it very thoroughly, but because that's all they need. Okay? This one got a 7 out of 10 because it was more serious. But again, it's all symbolism. All right? There's no policy here. It's all fear-mongering and scary bullshit. All right? It's fear-based. This here is also fear-based. But justifiable, reasonable, real fear. That you could be fucking arrested for an abortion, for a goddamn medical procedure that women have been able to get for decades in this country. Very good. Very, very good. That gave me some hope right there. That gave me a little hopium. More that every Democratic ad should be that. Every single one. Run that in every state. Just copy paste that. I'm not even kidding. You'd win. We would win. You know what? Let's revisit Tim Ryan's commercial. Let's revisit it. Because I feel like there's a very good comparison to be made here. We're going to run them side by side. Note by note. Deep analysis. Put on your thinking brains. We're going to start with the shitty one. Because this one's 1 out of 10. This one is our 10 out of 10 boy right here. Okay? Pay close attention. So, Tim Ryan.
They have to agree with their politicians 100% of the time. And I ask these people, are any of you married? I love you so much.
Okay, so we've got kind of the same basic start here. The only difference is the lighting. It's a little brighter. It's a little bit more go-getty, whatever. It's got like cheery, jumpy music, whatever. It's very clearly like supposed to be appealing to your cheery, feel-good, Democrat, liberal emotions, whatever. Right? No, that's not what you need to be doing right now. Now, Lock Her Up started in very much the same way. The only note I'll make, the only difference really that I see here is that the lighting is a little bit dimmer. It's a little bit more intimate. It's a little bit more, we're getting a feel for this family. It's good. Thank you so much for this tier 1 sub, Button Eyes, and thank you for the follow again, for the follow as well. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. But it's a little more intimate, right? Same basic start, but this one's a little more intimate. We got the baby, as opposed to these bratty teenagers that nobody gives a fuck about. I'm sorry. Nobody cares about your bratty fucking teenagers. They don't. But we all care about the baby, especially conservatives.
Love me too. Gross.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Again, nobody cares about your fucking teens.
But if we have 10 conversations in one day,
And we agree on 7.
we crack a bottle of wine.
Yes, we.
Bougie as fuck. No, you don't do this. This is so disconnected from what's going on in the world. What are you doing? No. Let's go back to our 10 out of 10.
You're weird. He is weird, but cute.
Now notice, little younger, but also kind of a bratty kid, right? But just a normal kid, right? You see the sirens in the background, something ominous, right? All of this is nice, fun, family time, whatever. Kind of like what's going on over here. But something's coming. Something's coming. There's a reason those police lights are on. And this is where the turn comes.
Mary Anderson,
Yes.
I have a warrant for your arrest.
Arrest for what?
Penal Code 243 violation. Unlawful termination of a pregnancy.
You gotta.
And now we're getting somewhere. Now we've addressed a core issue. Something that everybody cares about. Everybody. Okay? And it captures the severity of what happens if we lose this right. This is just an average, normal, cishet presenting family, okay? Maybe one of them's bi, who knows? But they're for all intents and purposes, maybe one of them's trans, who knows? But for all intents and purposes, they look like a normalized family, okay? And this hits home. This is what could happen to you if you let the conservatives win. Beautiful. This is what we should all want. Like, this is a perfect leftist ad. Beautiful. Love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it. As opposed to...
You do.
The same goes for the country. We have to stop the stupid fights.
Find some common ground.
And be Americans first.
Now that I can agree with.
Fuck off. No. Bad?
You gotta be kidding me.
That is my personal business.
That's for the courts to decide, ma'am. Your medical records have been subpoenaed, and Dr. Landry's already in custody.
Fear. Anger.
You can't just...
You will have to submit to a
Unbelievable.
physical examination.
Your rights are being stripped in front of you. A defense, a jump to the defense of your woman. Baby crying. It's intense. This is what we need. I'm so sorry I keep saying it, but it's so much better than this fucking shit. What is this? Why do you have a fucking mansion in the back and motorized scooters? You don't have that if you're fucking American in 2012. I hate this shit. Why is this my guy? Stop. This needs to be every fucking ad in the country.
Put your hands behind your back. Now.
Why is this happening?
Do you understand me?
We're just enforcing the law here.
Elections have consequences.
Insanely good.
Vote Democrat on November
Oh, it keeps
8th.
going.
Stop.
I missed the last part.
Criminalizing abortion everywhere. Protect women's rights and freedom.
Please don't do this. Please.
Yes. Excellent. Excellent. Eric's, and then the name at the end. The name at the end. Fuck you, Tim Ryan. If you lose, you deserved it. I'll be real. If Tim Ryan loses, he fucking deserved it. You get what you fucking deserve, Tim Ryan. If Eric Swalwell loses, I don't know what to tell you. We're fucked. Not really, but... Okay, who's this? Pain of our past, Charles Booker. Who's Charles Booker? Where is he running again? Congressman for Kentucky, or is he senator? Against Rand Paul? Senate? Okay. Oh boy.
The pain of our
We're off to a roaring start. And we're off to the races.
past persists to this day. In Kentucky, like many states throughout the South, lynching was a tool of terror. It was used to kill hopes for freedom. It was used to kill my ancestors.
Okay.
Now, in a historic victory for our Commonwealth, I have become the first Black Kentuckian to receive the Democratic nomination for...
A few notes. I am uncertain about this visual. I'm mixed on it. Some people might take this as a little overkill. Not just because of like, I don't know. I'll let it run.
U.S. Senate. My opponent...
We'll see where he's going with
the very
it.
person who compared expanded health care to slavery.
Ooh.
The person who said he would have opposed the Civil Rights Act.
Ooh.
The person who single-handedly blocked an anti-lynching act from being federal law. The choice couldn't be clearer. Do we move forward together, or do we let politicians...
Wait, what was that last one? I missed it. Wait.
The person who single-handedly blocked an anti-lynching act from being federal law.
What the fuck? Nuh-uh. Okay, I take it back. The noose is a good choice. The noose around the neck is a good choice. Visually. Because, like, the whole time you're being reminded that, like, you know, he's black and black people in this country have that history. So, not only do you see his skin color, every time you see it, you also see the noose around his neck. And the fact that Rand Paul, ghoul that he is, was in favor of all these anti-black policies, these anti-civil rights policies. No, it's very good. This is good marketing. I take it back. I like the news.
Couldn't be clearer. Do we move forward together, or do we let politicians like Rand Paul forever hold us back and drive us apart? In November, we will choose healing.
Nice.
We will choose Kentucky.
Not bad. That was pretty fucking good. It does not... No, it was very good. 9 out of 10. I don't think it was quite as impactful. And I only say that because, like, don't get me wrong. It was very impactful. See, please, do not take this the wrong way. But the other one was just, like, so personal. You know what I mean? Yeah, I give it a 9. I think they did a very good job with it. Yeah, 9 out of 10 for Charles Booker. Very good. Okay, 2 solid Democrat commercials in a row. I'm impressed. Color me impressed, man. 10 out of 10. I still think this one was more impactful. Like, it's close, but I still think this one was just a little more personalized. This showed you, hey, this is you, idiot. You better vote Democrat, you know? Just imagine showing these campaign ads to people in the 80s. It's very polarized. It's very polarized. Get the fuck out of here, goddamn liberal. Gary Chambers running for U.S. Senate in what state? Louisiana. Gary Chambers, U.S. Senate candidate for Louisiana.
They said we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. But here in Louisiana and all over the South, Jim Crow never really left, and the remnants of the Confederacy remain. In 1873, when a black man named PBS Pinchback won a U.S. Senate race, he was never seated. He claimed election fraud. The attacks against black people, our right to vote, and participate in this democracy are methodical. Gerrymandered districts are a byproduct of the Confederacy. Our system isn't broken. It's designed to do exactly what it's doing, which is producing measurable inequity. 1 in 13 black Americans are deprived of the right to vote. 1 in 9 black Americans do not have health insurance. 1 in 3 black children live in poverty. It's time to burn what remains of the Confederacy down. I do believe the South will rise again, but this time, it'll be on our terms. I'm Gary Chambers, and I'm running for the U.S. Senate.
All right.
I approve this message.
All right. Hey, 10 out of 10 for this one. And I'll tell you why. Because this one has that cool factor, right? It has that conservative cool factor, which is great. I think we need more of that. So 10 out of 10 for that one. I feel like libs are too racist. No, I think that's good. I think what he said was good, because if libs like really do care about like black people, like they pretend to, they at least have to pretend to, right? So if he's out here saying like, look, these racist policies are still in place, they've been in place, and conservatives are the ones fucking running this show, then yeah, you know? Okay, wait, we just watched this one, right? Oh no, this is another Gary Chambers.
Every 37 seconds, someone is arrested for possession of marijuana. Since 2010, state and local police have arrested.
Good night, Fjarl. Thank you so much for all the gifts.
7.3 million Americans for violating marijuana laws. Over half of all drug arrests. Black people are 4 times more likely to be arrested for marijuana laws than white people. States waste $3.7 billion enforcing marijuana laws every year. Most of the people police are arresting aren't dealers, but rather people with small amounts of pot, just like me. I'm Gary Chambers, and I'm running for the U.S. Senate, and I approve this message.
Okay.
I'm here to steal content, and I'm here to profit off of it.
Thank you so much for the follow, Mason Rothman. Appreciate you. That was pretty good. I like he's smoking weed, right? That's pretty sick. That's a bold move. That is a bold fucking move. Oh man. Visually, I think that the other one did better. But 9 out of 10. I think 9 out of 10. That was a solid ad. I do like the visual of him smoking. See if I can get a good picture. Yeah, my boy. Hell yeah. Too aggressive for normies. I don't know. Normies want weed legalized. So like, I feel like if you can really hit on that point. The first one? Oh, no. I think the first one was good. You think it's too aggressive. I think it was really good. You need to fight back like that against conservatives. Okay, what's this? Senator John Kennedy? John Kennedy campaign ad Louisiana senator. Oh boy.
Violent crime is surging in Louisiana. Woke leaders blame the police. I blame the crime.
Okay, right off the bat, I'm sorry. I'm gonna do a little bit of voice shaming. I'm sorry. It's kind of grating, guys. Isn't it like a little bit? I'm sorry. Watching these dumb TV show and watching all this shit actors do wrong, trying to screenshot. Okay. I saw this one. I'll rewind a little bit.
Woke leaders blame the police.
Woke leaders.
I blame the criminals. A mom should not have to look over her shoulder when she's pumping gas. I voted against the early release of violent.
I want to read what these say. 12 shootings on... Okay, so first of all, these go by too fast. If you're an old fuck just watching this between segments of Fox News brain poisoning being pumped directly into your frontal cortex, like you're gonna have the time to read this. So point off for that. That being said, 12 shootings on I-10 in New Orleans so far this year. Car stolen at a Costco gas station while driver pumps gas. Wow. A car stolen from a gas station. Wow, that's it's crazy, man. Violent crime in Baton Rouge showing no signs of slowing down, criminologist says. I mean, It looks like you just found 2 good ones, and then you're like, okay, listen, we gotta listen. 3's the magic number. We gotta find another news story to throw in here, and just make it really fast so they can't read it. Because like, okay, it's a stolen car. Who gives a shit? Stolen while pumping gas that didn't end well? Yeah, probably not. I mean, listen, I feel for that guy. Don't get me wrong, but like, that's not what you're running like for one instance of a stolen car. He wasn't even fucking hurt, dude. At least that's not in the headline. If he was hurt, it should be in the headline. WAFB is a news station, not a source. I mean, it doesn't even matter either way. Like, I don't know.
I voted against the early release of violent criminals, and I oppose defunding the police. Look, if you hate cops just because they're cops, the next time you get in trouble, call a crackhead. Okay. I'm John Kennedy, and I approve this message.
Those are your options. You either love the police or else you call a crackhead. I will happily call the crackhead, and I'll tell you why. I am a psych nurse, and I work with drug rehab, as I mentioned just before. And I've worked with crackheads. Those crackheads are, most of them are just normal fucking people who got mixed up with drugs. They have a real problem. It's called a disease. It's called an addiction. It's something that we treat. Crackheads are just normal fucking people. And the fact that we always go around saying, crackhead this, crackhead that, crackheads in the street, homeless crackheads. Guess what? If you have a homeless fucking crackhead, you're making the problem worse. You're only pointing out that the problem is worse than it is. Oh, well, he's homeless because he's a crackhead. Oh, now we've doubled the fucking problem. Cool. Gotcha. But yeah, no, I will happily call a crackhead first because, again, they're just normal people. Police, on the other hand, I hesitate very much to call when I'm a nurse. Sometimes I'm obligated. Sometimes I have to. I have no choice. That's part of my job. But I do so very, very, very infrequently. I think I've called the police maybe once. There was a guy who broke into our building. He broke into our building. And this guy was like off his rocker. Like he was next level, spouting like biblical bullshit. Like he's God's chosen, whatever. Running around. We have no clue what's on this guy. He could have a fucking gun for all we know. And we have no clue what this guy's on. Nothing. And this guy won't let us get close to him. He won't barely let us talk to him. And I am not trying to toot my own horn, but I think I handled this exactly correctly. I talked this guy down. You know, I'm trying to, I direct somebody, hey, go call a squad. I made sure to tell him not to call the fucking police. Go call an ambulance, right? Go ask for an ambulance. Tell them that we have somebody in the building, that we have the situation under control, and we just need somebody to come here. Because I was not about to let that guy just walk out of the fucking building. So, at least not unless something dangerous happened. And for what it was worth, he was manageable. So I didn't call the police. The squad showed up instead, and then they fucked up by letting him go. But at the very least, they didn't shoot anybody. If I had called the police, that guy would have been dead, and probably I would have been shot. Straight up. So yeah, no, I'm not, you know, we were able to get him out. Everybody was fine. I do wish that the squad had fucking taken him to the hospital because he needed to go, but that's beside the point. Everything was fine without the police there. No guns. There was no guns on the scene. Imagine my shock when we were able to de-escalate a situation without deadly firearms. Holy shit. It's one for the books, dude. It's one for the fucking books. All it took was a little bit of de-escalation tactics. Yes, you heard that right. I have de-escalated more situations as a goddamn RN than a single fucking police officer in this godforsaken country has ever done. All they do to de-escalate is fucking kill people. That's all they do. Oh, somebody's freaking out. They're having a schizophrenic meltdown. Time to pull out my gun. Boom, boom, boom. He's dead. Now you don't have to worry about it. Fuck the police and ACAB until the fucking day that I breathe my last breath on this earth. All right? And that's the end of my rant. De-escalation sounds beta. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So yeah, I like to say that I have the exact opposite job of a fucking cop as a nurse. I save lives. Cops end them. Okay. Yeah, call a crackhead. Great. We are going to give this one, because we were doing a rating scale, right? It's got to be another 2 out of 10, right? There's just nothing appealing about it. You know what? I'll give him 3 out of 10 because as much as I fucking hate the line call a crackhead, that does ring with conservatives. We're giving it a 3 out of 10. Because conservatives, as we've discussed, are fucking idiots. So 3 out of 10. A point or 2 for being memorable. He's a 4. I say 3. Oh boy, we're off to a great start. I can't believe they made Mario Golf into a real thing. That's crazy. Steve Marshall for Alabama. Here we go.
I'm Steve Marshall. I'm a good golfer, but a bad politician.
Okay, I hate both of those things so far. Go on.
That's why I'm not afraid of the woke mob, cancel culture, or liberal radicals trying to trample our Constitution.
Steve Marshall, back the blue, secure our elections, protect our borders.
The left, the media, and the establishment won't like it, but I'm more concerned with defending Alabama than being liked. That's why I'm a better golfer than politician.
Steve Marshall.
Oh, God, you could not have picked a more bougie fucking sport. Nah, 2 out of 10, man. This sucks ass. This sucks, dude. Sucks. Nope. Dog, if you're gonna be, like, repping a sport, you gotta be, like, playing backyard football with the boys. Me and my boys go outside and play backyard football, and we play ultimate frisbee, tackle ultimate frisbee, naked mud wrestling out in the winters. We get real nice and cold like, and then we smoke them up some s'mores next to the fire. But let me tell you something, Biden don't want that. He wants to take your s'mores away. That's right. That's why I, Steve Marshall, am going to run for Senate and take Biden down, in a manner of speaking. That's why you do it. No, this was garbage. We need more Democrats. I don't know if this is a Republican. We'll take a look anyway.
Some say New York should just turn out the lights. Endless corruption, liberal crime policies, unaffordable living, people heading for the exits. But not Lee Zeldin, former 82nd Airborne. So
not this guy, not this guy.
Blood, a fighter who's won 7 tough elections, dedicated family man, and a tax-fighting trusted conservative. It's time to save our state. It's time for Lee Zeldin.
Not bad. A solid, at least a 6. I would go as high as 7. Not bad. Not bad at all. Mr. Zeldin. Well played, sir. All right. I'll give it a 6 out of 10, actually. 6 out of 10. I think Tina's was a little better. 6 out of 10. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. I thought that was pretty good. It's short, it's to the point, and it's got a nice voice. Oh, yeah, and this needs to be bigger. Not bad. Solid. Like a smidgen over mid. Not bad. Pretty forgettable. It's 6 out of 10. I think 7's a little high, but 6 is fair. It's a little better than 5. We do need more Democrats, though. Give me like 2 or 3 more Democrats and we'll call it quits. Former triage nurse. Okay, I kind of want to see this one.
We voted for Patty Murray 4 times before.
But not this year.
Not this time.
Prices at the grocery store keep going up.
Our 401ks are losing value.
We're headed in the wrong direction, and we need new blood.
It's time for Tiffany Smiley.
If we don't find
Beto would be good.
Comfortable enough to make a change, then change isn't going to happen.
This isn't about a party. This is about the future of Washington.
I think we can do better. Voting for Tiffany Smiley is doing better.
I'm Tiffany Smiley, and I approve this message.
Ugh.
We voted
2 out of 10. That was stupid. Very forgettable. Very mid. Nope. Tiffany Smiley, 2 out of 10. Actually, is there like an... Yeah, Republican Party. Okay. Thank you, Greycraft. Let's take a look. Oh my god, it's fucking 3 minutes? This better be good.
People ask me, Val, where do you get your tireless faith that things can always get better? I got it here in Jacksonville, Florida. When you grow up in the South, poor, black, and female, you have to have faith in progress and opportunity. My father was a janitor, and my mother was a maid. She said, Val, never grow tired.
Oh, wow, I was on mute. I'm sorry. Yeah, sorry. I was wondering why we were listening to her. I was like, isn't this Beto O'Rourke? I thought you were linking me Beto O'Rourke, Greycraft. Anyway, we'll keep going.
Good.
I spilled something real quick. I gotta clean it up.
Never tired. Work hard, not just for yourself, but for others. So I went to Orlando to serve as a police officer. Met my husband and #1 partner in crime fighting, Sheriff Jerry Demings. I ended up serving 27 years. I just never got tired of it. Eventually, this working mom worked her way up to chief of police.
Orlando's violent crime this year is down.
Murders.
It was already kind of a 2 out of 10 for me, and now it's just dropped to 1.
Robberies, aggravated assaults, total violent...
Quite honestly, I'm tempted to give this one a 0. It's far too long. You're a chief of police trying to appeal, what, to Democrats or to Republicans? If she's appealing to Republicans, I'm actually going more like a 5. But if this is appealing to Democrats, which it seems like it is so far, then this is a loss.
Crime all lower than a year ago.
Under her leadership, there has been the most dramatic decrease in violent crime in the city's history.
They said we never lower crime, but I said never tire. And after all that, I still wasn't tired. So I ran for Congress and got back to work.
Congresswoman Val Demings,
member of the House Homeland Security, Judiciary, and
one thing I will say though is that libs love the police, so maybe it's like still a 1 out of 10.
And intelligence committees.
I've never tired of representing Florida, not for one.
If she's trying to appeal to moderate Republicans, she played up the whole independent black woman thing. I'm sorry, like you can't hit that button if you're trying to appeal to like moderate Republicans.
One single moment.
Val Demings is someone
it's going to make him go the other way.
Office, not just in Congress, but to protect and serve.
And along the way, we brought law and order to a lawless president. He is an habitual of...
Here's the problem. If you're trying... No, listen. You are trying too hard to toe the line here. I get the impression that she's trying to bring the black voters out, which is good. But there are a couple problems with that. One, black voters are probably already voting Democrat anyway. And even if they're not, like, I don't know. You should be trying to appeal to people who are not as likely to vote for you, right? And frankly, her being a black woman, that makes black people more likely to vote for her. Typically. I'm not trying to say that they're a monolith, but that's how that usually tends to work. So, and the fact that she's a Democrat is also a factor in that. So, the fact that she's trying to play up this whole police chief thing, like you're losing the black, you're making the black people, or the black vote, I should say, more disinterested because of that, because they have to deal with police brutality on a daily basis, like in a larger proportion. And you're also trying to appeal to Republicans, but you're playing up the whole independent black woman thing too much. You know what I mean? Like it's just all over the place. You got to pick a lane.
Offender
and also it's too long.
Crimes in progress. Unlike some in Washington, I never tire of standing up for what I believe is right, because no one is above the law. But it turns out there are some in Washington who prefer the same old tired ways of doing business. Too tired to fight the efforts to suppress the people's vote. They fall back to tired talking points and backward solutions.
He knows exactly
there it is,
what
the memorized 25-second speech. That's what Washington, D.C. does.
My mother told me when someone gives you the opportunity to do something...
See, like she used a Republican to attack a Democrat and try to use that for her campaign. Hello and good night, Chill Brazilian. Thank you for stopping by.
Big. Do not disappoint them. I'm running for the United States Senate because of two simple words. Never tire. Over the next few weeks,
yeah, why Chris Christie,
share
man?
More of my story with more of you. It's a simple question. Can my unlikely story of opportunity expand to more Americans and more Floridians?
Don't vote for cops? True. Yeah, 1 out of 10 for me. 1 out of 10. That was pretty bad. It's not that she lacked charisma. It wasn't for lack of effort. It's just, it's all over the place. It's too long. And I'm just not sold. I don't think anybody would be sold. It's 1 out of 10 for me. Yeah, you got to be able to make your point quickly. I'm sorry. I say as I sit here for 2 hours doing this project. What's her name? Val Demings. Racially motivated? True. I am very racist. Marcus Flowers.
Marjorie Taylor Greene expressed support for executing Democratic members of Congress.
Flood the Capitol building. Flood the Capitol building.
American democracy is hanging by a thread.
Ooh. Okay.
I'm Marcus Flowers. Serving overseas in the Army.
I like his getup. That's pretty sick.
I've seen firsthand the damage done by extremism. Georgia's better than Marjorie Taylor Greene, and with your vote, I'll prove it. I'm Marcus Flowers, and I approve this message.
Okay, hey, that was pretty good. That was solid. 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. That was very good. Okay, that was Marcus Flowers. 8 out of 10. Solid. Short, sweet, to the point. Hits one of the biggest talking points of the whole election cycle. Get Up was great. It was fantastic. Fantastic work. All right, let's get one more. Let's get one more. Can we get one more? Do I see one more? Beto. Okay. Beto.
Of course, people are going to disagree on the big issues.
I gotta say, I'm not impressed. I know Beto is cucked, but this is already bad.
But Greg Abbott signed the most extreme abortion ban in the United States.
No exception for rape? No exception for incest? $100,000 fines and jail time for doctors?
Only 11%
Okay,
of
okay.
Texans agree with him.
I mean, this is a free country. We need a governor who gets that. And that's Beto.
Okay. I think this can work. I think this can work. This angle can work. I'm going to go with a 5 out of 10. I think they could have done a little bit better. But I think that is a workable angle because it is also, for Republicans, they also want abortion to be legal. Right? So, I think this can work. Gary Chambers is still best. Gary Chambers was very good. No. Gary Chambers was second best. I gotta put it second place to Eric Swalwell. Yeah, he is smoking. Yeah. I just think that Eric Swalwell took the W on that. Yeah, this was not as bad as I thought it would be, but could be better. 5 out of 10. A workable angle, could do with some more flair. Not as bad as I was anticipating. Gary Chambers was very good, like I said, but Eric Swalwell definitely took the cake. Let's watch that one more time. I think we deserve to watch our reigning champion once more. So fucking good, dude.
You're weird.
He is weird. But cute.
Let this be burned into the skulls of every fucking conservative in America.
Gross.
Mary Anderson?
Yes?
I have a warrant for your arrest.
Arrest for what?
Penal Code 243 violation. Unlawful termination of a pregnancy.
You gotta be kidding me.
That is my personal business.
That's for the courts to decide, ma'am. Your medical records have been subpoenaed, and Dr. Landry's already in custody.
No, my God, you can't just...
You will have to submit to a physical examination.
What? By who?
No one's touching me.
Ma'am, turn around! Put your hands behind your back, now!
Why is this happening? Love you, honey bear.
We're just enforcing the law here.
Elections have consequences.
It's very,
Vote
very
Democrat
good.
on November 8th. Stop Republicans from criminalizing abortion everywhere. Protect women's rights and freedom. Please don't do this. Please.
Take notes, Tim Ryan. Take notes. Bro, look at my fucking representative. We're gonna lose.
Some people think that they have to agree with their politicians 100% of the time. And I ask these people, are any of you married? I love you so much.
I love you too. Gross.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
You look at my fucking senator representative. We're gonna lose the election, boys.
But if we have 10 conversations,
Lamau, I'm gonna fucking lose the election. Me losing the election.
Yes, we do.
The same goes for the country. We have to stop the stupid fights.
Find some common ground.
And be Americans first.
Now that I can agree with.
I'm Tim Ryan, and I approve this message.
It's so bad. It's so bad. It's so fucking bad. Ugh. Why? Oh. Fucking Screech, dude.